Today's video is sponsored by Athletic Greens. Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. As you saw in that intro, log hauler Jesse came and dropped off another load of logs, and I've got neighbor Doug over here to give me a hand. We're gonna go ahead and cut these logs up because as they come from the logger, they're about 25 feet long, which is a little bit too long for the live deck on the Yappa firewood processor. So we need to kind of figure out what is the ideal size, and then we're gonna use the excavator behind me here to pick these logs up, cut them, and then swing them into our rotation of logs that are gonna get cut and split into firewood. So let's figure all that out right now. So I texted neighbor Doug earlier and I said, hey, what are you up to? And he said, oh, not much. He said, why don't we start cutting these firewood poles up for the processor? So Doug came over here, started cutting. He's got his fancy handy dandy homemade loggers tape and started cutting these. And we were thinking, before we get too crazy in cutting these, we need to make sure that they're actually going to fit on the rails of the log deck there. So let's go take a look at what we've got on there now and kind of figure out what our minimum and maximum thresholds need to be. So the logs that we have on there now, well, let's measure the rails first, so we know. Can't be any shorter than
6 feet.
6 feet. And these here are probably about the max that I'd want to put on there, and these are
about 13.
13. So I think we were kind of figuring about 12 or 13 foot be about perfect.
And then I think on the shorter logs that came in on the truck, if we keep them at least 8 feet, that gives us an even 16 inches. It'll fit on the rails comfortably, but we want to check and see what the length of the other cut end's going to be.
Yeah. So one other thing, we've shown this in a previous video, but one thing Doug did with his loggers tape is marked it out to 16 inches. So you know, if you cut it at one of those marks, you're not going to have an offcut. That's pretty handy to have, and it's going to create a lot less waste when we're making firewood. So I mentioned earlier that today's video is sponsored by Athletic Greens, and their nutritional drink AG1 is so much more than a greens powder. It's a nutritional drink that has me really excited about simplifying my health routine. It has 75 different ingredients, including vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. And one of the things that I struggle with most is eating healthy. I am a meat and potatoes kind of guy. There's been many dinners where I've had a ribeye with a side of ribeye. I think many of you guys can probably relate to that. Now, exercise is not something I struggle with at all. I mean, you guys will, from watching our videos, see that I am constantly busy out making firewood, different projects here around the property, but diet is definitely something that I need some help with. I just turned 30 this year, and I know the way that I eat now is not sustainable. And that's where AG1 comes in. It has many essential vitamins and minerals that your body needs, like vitamin C, zinc, and healing mushrooms that help support your immunity.
The best part is it's super easy. 1 scoop or travel pack of AG1 mixed with 8 ounces of water every morning. That's it to make sure that you're getting all the vitamins and minerals that your body needs that you might be otherwise missing with your regular diet. Go to athleticgreens.com/hometownaacres to get started on your order. Athletic Greens is going to give my community a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs.
So as you can see, this is where Jesse is stockpiling all of our logs, and then this is where we'll cut them down to size for the processor, use the excavator to swing them across the little road here, and put them in our ready to process pile on the other side of the dump trailer here. So, I mean, I say it again and again, but this excavator here is just such an integral part of everything we do here. I'm using it every single day. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to cutting and get our ready to process pile loaded back up.
right, guys, there we go. We've got our ready to process pile all stocked back up. We've got our log deck fully stocked and ready to go. There's probably at least 7 or 8 log decks full of logs here. So you guys know I usually sit here with the excavator. I'll work through an entire log deck there through the processor, and then I'll reach in here with the excavator, swing them over, and restock the log deck again. So it kind of gives you a little background on kind of behind the scenes or the preparation work before you can start processing logs, because with this machine and this log deck, you can't just take them right from the log truck. Like we said, they come 25 foot. You've got to cut them in half so they balance on the log rack here pretty evenly. Huge shout out to neighbor Doug for coming over here and running the saw so I didn't have to get in and out of the excavator as much. Getting in and out of that excavator is probably where the most chance for injury is. I think when I had that excavator for about 3 weeks, I had used it a couple times, and I had always heard 3 points of contact when you're climbing in and out of the machine. And I thought, that's just a whole bunch of safety nerds. And tell you what, I took a spill getting out of the excavator one day, banged up my shin pretty good, bent my knee the wrong direction, and I was hurting for about 3 or 4 weeks. So having neighbor Doug over here to be outside the machine while I'm inside the machine, it just reduces a lot of chance for injury. If you haven't already, neighbor Doug has started a YouTube channel, One Eye Customs. Go check that out. Subscribe to his channel if you like what he's got. But other than that, I think that's going to about wrap this one up. Big shout out again to Athletic Greens for sponsoring today's video. If you enjoyed this one, give us a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.